Jack Penguin, and welcome to another LEGO Harry Potter review. So today we're going to be looking at another one of the LEGO Harry Potter books right here. If you still haven't seen my reviews for the 2020 LEGO Harry Potter Magical Treasury book or the 2011 Building the Magical World book, you guys can check them out in the description below or the cards above. Otherwise, getting right into this, I do own this because it does include an exclusive minifigure of Harry Potter, 4 pieces to create the Harry Potter minifigure from the Slug-Club Christmas Party in year 6. Also note that this book did release back in June of 2012, and I did buy this for $18.99. I believe I got this probably at BG's, probably same place that I did buy the actual Building the Magical World book. So taking a look at the book itself, we do get the LEGO Harry Potter logo and the name of the book, Characters of the Magical World. We do get your exclusive minifigure down here of Harry Potter. You do get some of your characters from the 2010-2011 wave just shown right there. Since this book did release in 2012, it should have pretty much everything that was released from 2001 all the way to that time period. We won't see anything from 2018 through 2020, of course, since that was not available yet, and then we do have with every LEGO Harry Potter minifigure and creature, so I guess we will be seeing some creatures. We do get a choking hazard down there at the bottom. Taking a look at the side of the book right there, you do get the name. You get Hedwig DK on the side since this is made by DK. Very back features just a little explanation of what you might see from the very back. You do get Harry and Voldemort fighting, and then you do get the barcode, the ISBN, if you're interested in seeing that. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this book. So let's open this up right away. Just like the last ones that we've looked at, we get this plain monochromatic sort of purple color with this, I guess this is a scene maybe from the video game Harry Potter years 1 through 4, where we have the basilisk, and we also have Tom Riddle and Harry and Ginny right there, and even the old fox mold right there, which is pretty cool to see. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for that. So let's just open this part up and take a look at our minifigure. Taking a look at our one minifigure that is included, we get Harry Potter. This is Harry inside his Slug-Club Christmas outfit right here. We do get an updated version of this within the 2020 Astronomy Tower set, so look forward to my comparison between this one and that version of the minifigure. One thing that I do really like about this character is that we do get some printing on the legs right there, leading up to the belt piece, up to the torso. Very nice to see that when it comes to an older style Harry Potter minifigure, and just the overall styling of the torso looks very nice. You do get that little bit of dark red right there for the tie and the undershirt and all that. We do get the black arms and the light flesh hands for the flesh tone. We get a little bit of printing for the very back of the torso right there. And then we also do get the main Harry Potter facial expression and hairpiece for the time period 2010 through 2011, or at least 2012 when this released. We get the happy face on the front, and then you can turn that facial expression around to get a unhappy face on the back. And then you do get the common hairpiece for Harry Potter that was used since 2001. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for our minifigure of Harry Potter. Okay, getting right into our book, we're going to open it up. We do get that monochrome scene right here with that purple right there with the year 2 scene from, I guess, the video game right there. We flip right open to our characters being shown, Characters of the Magical World, written by John Richards. Moving forward, we get a little bit of table of contents showing what characters we expect to see when it comes to this particular book. Our introduction just showing some different parts, like how they label the characters within this book. And then we flip right open to some unique elements. Yes, definitely seeing some unique elements right here. We have the troll from the Troll on the Loose right there. That's something that I do hope to eventually get back in my collection. I did own it back in the day, but I don't own the body or the clothing for it. I do own the head still in my collection for some reason. We get the shark head right there for Crumb. We get the goblin head, which will be replaced with actual minifigure head, and then a head attachments this year in 2020. We get the house elf right there for Dobby right there, which has been replaced as of 2018. We have the wizard's hat that still exists, though we do get a new mold for the sorting hat as of 2018 as well. We get the Dementor's robes right there, and the gray robes and the wizarding robes, which is something that is really cool with the stars on it. And then we have, I guess that's Madame Hooch's Quidditch robe right there. We have Harry's hairpiece that has since been replaced as of 2018. Bellatrix hairpiece, which is the same as of 2020. Hagrid's hairpiece, which has changed as of 2018. Ginny's hair, which is the same as it is in 2020 right there. We have McGonagall's skirt, which now they have new skirt pieces. Dementors don't use that anymore. And Mad-Eye Moody doesn't use a peg leg as of the 2018 collectible minifigures. And then we have the Merperson tail, which is something that I don't expect them to ever reuse since we do have a new mermaid piece. Moving on from there, we have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone right here. This is Harry's first year at Hogwarts. I guess we're going to be looking at like 2001 minifigures over the course of this, or maybe a mix between them. Well, there we go. We have Harry Potter, the Boy Who Lived. I guess this is the 2001 version. This came inside the Hogwarts Express, so that's pretty nice. And then we have a variant of him. This is the same exact one, but using the flesh tone, which is used for the Night Bus set that I own in my collection. You can check that out. And I guess that's the 2004 wand using the cone piece on the top of that. We have Ruby as Hagrid right here. This is the one from 2010-2011 right there. Pretty cool minifigure showing the variants from 2001 and 2007. I guess they're showing the 2007, not the 2004 ones. I don't know why they did that, but oh well. Moving forward from there, we have Gringotts Goblins. Very nice. It looks like we are going in chronological order when it comes to the characters. We have the older goblins right here from like 2001, or actually 2002 when the Gringotts Bank set came out, and then we have the 2011 ones from the other Diagon Alley set. We will hopefully be seeing the 2020 Diagon Alley sometime in the future. Minifigure leaks have started, as I mentioned in my previous video. We get Harry Potter uniforms. I guess this is just going over some different types of uniforms that they had back in the day right there, starting all the way back in 2001 through like 2002, I guess, since 2003 didn't have that. And then we have our start with these other different types of outfits right here, and then moving on to the 2010-2011 where we did have the Gryffindor shield back when it came to our minifigures. We also did have a general uniform back in the day, back in 2001. I do really like the idea of that. That's just something that I think is very interesting that LEGO did back in the day. And then of course we do have Harry from the third task of the Triwizard Tournament, for some reason just hanging out with all these other school robes right there. We do get the same thing going on when it comes to Slytherin. We didn't get any other house robes back in the day, which is one reason why I'm really happy that LEGO is doing that nowadays, how we have the Hufflepuff and the Ravenclaw torsos in addition to the Gryffindor and the Slytherin like we did within the Harry Potter minifigure pack. Check that out in the description below. Moving on from there, we have Hermione Granger. This is one that I own within my collection. Well, actually, I haven't built this set yet. This is the minifigure from the Diagon Alley shops from 2001. I will be reviewing that sometime in the future. I will link it in the description once I do have that out, though. But we have some wizard supplies. It looks like we have some translucent stick pieces right there, some lightsaber blades. I don't know why those are there, but maybe I'll figure that out once we actually open up that set. Moving on, we have Ron Weasley. This is the one, I believe, from the Escape from Privet Drive set right there. It even says it right there, so that's very nice. I'm trying to get that set. Maybe I'll have it by the time I own all the other 2020 sets. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We have Harry Potter Gryffindor Wizard right there. We have the one with the casual, I guess, regular Hogwarts uniform with the H and not the Gryffindor symbol. We have him wearing the sorting hat, which was just a plain black hat piece, which has since become this back in 2010 right there with just a regular print on a brown hat. We also did get it as a black hat within the Chamber of Secrets set, which is another fun fact that I didn't really know, but it's fun to note that. And this piece has since been replaced in 2018 with an actual new mold. We can move forward. We have Hermione Granger from year one right there, just a year one, and then we also have with the H on the torso right there from the Hogwarts Express right there, since she did change into her robes right away. And then we have Professor Dumbledore right there showing the year 1 variant right here. And I guess this is year 3 from 2004 right there. So moving on from there, we have Harry Potter, some other variants right here. We have the Gryffindor torso one, and also we have one with a purple cape instead of the starred cape. I think that's very interesting how they did that. We have the Mirror of Erised just represented right there. First appearance of Lily and James Potter in, I guess, minifigure form, but not really. We do have to get their minifigure sometime in the future, hopefully. Moving on from there, we have Ron Weasley. We have the 2004 variant of his character, which, I mean, it's not his worst version. This is just practically a recolor of the 2001 through 2002 variants of Ron right there, just with the flesh tone instead of the yellow. Then we move on to the Fat Lady, which is a character that I do own within my collection. I own that printed piece, so that's pretty nice. And I'm really happy that it does show the variant down here on the very bottom of the one that came out inside the 2004 Hogwarts Castle right there with the ripped canvas, which I think is very nice, just as another little reference going on right there. Moving on, we have Professor Snape with his glow-in-the-dark head, so that's also very nice to see. We have him with his cape, which I believe this is the one from 2004, the Marauders map. I know that since it is a different shade of purple right there. And then we have a sort of darker purple when it came to the previous ones from 2001, which is the one that I do own within my collection for some reason. Moving on, we have Professor Quirrell. This was the only time that we ever got him inside the Final Duel or Final Challenge set from 2001 right there. He is the first minifigure to have a double-sided facial expression. Very nice character to get. We have Draco Malfoy, a Slytherin student. We get the 2004 version since that was the first time that we saw him in flesh tone, and then we have the other versions from 2001 through 2002. Moving on from there, we have Peeves, who's never appeared within the Harry Potter films, but has been heavily featured within the books and also the video games, so I don't know what happened there. His scenes got cut, but it's a very interesting minifigure, still the same, and I do own him within my collection. We have the Knight statue right here, which this is the one that comes within the 2010 Hogwarts Castle. We do have a variant, I guess, from 2001 over there. We have the Troll from the Troll on the Loose that I mentioned before that I do own the head for, but nothing else. I do hope to probably rebuy that set sometime in the future. We have Fluffy the Three-Headed Dog, one of my favorite pieces within my collection from 2001 right there that I got only this year. Check out my review for the Forbidden Corridor set. Very cool character. Hope that they do eventually remake him, but not brick built. I hope that they do make a new mold sometime in the future. Definitely something that I would like to see. We have the Chess Queen. That's a character that I do own in my collection from a yard sale haul, so that's pretty cool to note. Moving forward, we move on to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Let's see what's going on over here. So, moving forward, we have Harry Potter from the Escape from Privet Drive set, and then we also have Vernon Dursley, who comes within the same set. First appearance of his minifigure. We did get an updated version as of this year in 2020. Moving forward, we have Harry Potter just inside another casual outfit, which came within the Nocturne Alley set, so that's also pretty nice to note. We will be getting a Nocturne Alley sort of variant, or actually year one variant of Harry Potter within the 2020 Diagon Alley, though he does have a double-sided facial expression with his broken glasses and soot from the flu powder, which I think is very nice. We have Dobby right here, which this is the 2010 version, and then we do have the 2002 version right there. We did get a 2018 version and a 2020 version as of recently. Moving on, we have Lucius Malfoy. We see the older variants of his character. We don't see the other ones, which will probably be later on within the book. I think it's very interesting how they did give him different outfits between the sets right there, so that's also just one thing that I did want to note. We have Draco Malfoy in his classic black outfit right there, which came inside the Quality Quidditch Supply set, which is a very interesting set that I do hope to get eventually. Moving forward from there, we have Ginny Weasley, which this is the 2002 variant, different from 2010, which shows her a little bit older right there. And we did just recently get her minifigure as of this year in 2020. Moving on, we have Madam Hooch, which this is the 2010 version, which I don't own in my collection for some reason. I do have to buy another version of that minifigure, so then I will be able to review the Quidditch set from 2010. And also, they do show the 2002 variant. Moving on from there, we have Harry Potter in his Quidditch outfit right there from 2010 compared to the 2002 version. Same thing really goes for Draco right there, 2010, 2002, and then they did make one in 2004, which I think is very interesting. Moving on, we have Marcus Flint over here, which did appear again within 2018. Same thing goes for Oliver Wood right there. Very nice minifigures appeared for the first time in 2010. We have Owls, which is very nice that they do show the newer variants over here of the Owls with the printing, compared to the older ones that they had back in the day right there, which didn't have printing. And just recently we did get a new owl mold with the wings open, which is probably one of my favorite pieces from the new Harry Potter line. Moving forward, we have Mandrakes, which only first appeared when it came to the 2007 Greenhouse within the Hogwarts set based around the Order of the Phoenix. We did just recently get a couple more Mandrake variants right there, especially within the 2018 and 2020 collectible minifigures and the 2020 Astronomy Tower. We have Professor Lockhart, who has only been seen back in 2002. Hopefully we will be seeing him either in the collectible minifigures this year or the new Diagon Alley. Definitely a minifigure that I think deserves an update, you know, especially just seeing that right there and seeing him in the video game, seeing the light flesh tone versions. Next we have Crabbe and Goyle right here, which is very nice, which they do have the double-sided facial expression to change them between Harry and Ron, which I think is very interesting. This is a set that I do own within my collection, that being Slytherin, which you can check out my review for in the description below as well. Moving on, we have Aragog from 2002, very creepy looking build for that spider, and then we have the 2010 variant right there from Hagrid's Hut. We did get a probably more accurate version when it came to 2018. We have Harry and Ron from that particular set, Aragog and the Dark Forest from 2002. Also shows that printed tile piece with the spiders on it, pretty interesting. We have Professor Lockhart right here, another variant of his character using these more of like a sand red, actually. That's a very nice color to see for this particular minifigure. And then we have Tom Riddle, who just recently got updated within the 2020 Magical Treasury book. We do see his diary with that print right there, which was later on a black book, and now we do have a better print for it with the newer book style when it came to the 2018 collectible minifigures with Dobby. Moving forward, we have the Basilisk right there, which this is a very nice molded piece right there, which they probably don't have anymore. Hopefully we will see a new Chamber of Secrets sometime in the future, probably not until the current Hogwarts line retires, but either way, that will be something that I hope to see brick builds compared to a new mold for, since it would make it a little bit bigger and make the price a little bit easier and all that kind of stuff. We have Fawkes the Phoenix. This is Dumbledore's Phoenix, as it mentions right up there. I do own this molded piece, very nice molded piece, one of my favorites within my collection. We will be getting a new mold for Fawkes as of the 2020 Series 2 collectible minifigures, so look forward to my comparison between those. We did see him as stickers and also as a brick build creature previously. We also see the Sword of Gryffindor that deserves its own piece as well. Moving forward, we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, one of my favorites right there, showing the Shrieking Shack dead center, one of those sets that I really want to own within my collection, or see a remake for, definitely. We have Stan Shunpike, seen previously in 2004, and then again in 2011. We did see a 2019 variant, probably one of the better ones right there for 2019, and then we also see Ernie Prang, who also appeared in 2019 as well, another minifigure that they did do an update for that turned out a lot better. Moving on, we have the Dementors from Azkaban, so these are pretty nice. I do like these style a lot better than the minifigure style for some reason. You know, the minifigure ones, they're okay, they're not my favorite, but this is really like the nostalgia that I grew up with when it came to Harry Potter right there, with this style with the pogo stick, as I like to call it, so that's pretty nice. We see the 2010, 2011 variant compared to the 2004 ones. Moving on, we have Professor Remus Lupin, so he's pretty nice to see. I do like the facial expression for this particular one. You know, it's just because like the scratches that they don't do when it came to like some of the newer ones, like I don't really know, it's just for some reason this one is just looks very nice. And then we do see the werewolf variant, which is also pretty cool. Moving forward, we have Harry and Ron. We are moving forward where we won't be seeing too many more of those yellow-faced characters. We see a lot more light flesh when it comes to the future of the Harry Potter line right here. Really like this outfit, shows two different variants right there where they just change out Harry's pants, which is very nice. We have Ron over here, which I believe that this is the only, which I believe there's only one other Ron variant from 2004 for that particular scene. We have Neville Longbottom, who appeared for the very first time in 2004 with a very nice facial expression, Gryffindor robes and all. And then we have Boggart Snape, who just recently got updated back in 2018 within the Bricktober pack. Very nice version, still using the glow-in-the-dark head though, so, you know, it's okay, it's fine. And I just think it's funny that they did even decide to make that back in the day. Pretty cool. We have Harry Potter inside his Hogwarts outfit. We have him without a cape, we have him with a cape, and we have him with a purple cape again. For some reason, I don't know why they give him this purple cape. It just doesn't really make too much sense to me, but these are all the 2004, or I guess that's 2007 now that it says it up there, so I don't really know. Maybe it does use, oh yeah, 2004 and 2007, same torso piece for that. I believe the head does change just a little bit slightly. Moving on from there, we have the Marauders map statue right here, which this is just very interesting that they even decided to include this even within here. That's the secret passageway that Harry uses to get to Honeydukes within Prisoner of Azkaban. We have some, I guess, various animals over here. We have baby Norbert right here, so that's very nice. The three, I guess, different versions that they decided to use, or maybe just like another black small dragon right there. We have the chocolate frog, which I'm really happy that those finally exist. Those are pretty cool. That came out, I believe, in 2010 within that color, so that's pretty cool. We have the stone frog, green frog, and then we have some various snakes right there. Nagini being represented with the old snake piece compared to the new one that they made within the 2018 collectible minifigures. We have Hermione Granger with the Time Turner, very nice minifigure. We have her without a cape, we have her with a cape. You can get her either with or without a cape, so that's also very nice. Moving on from there, we have Professor Trelawney's first appearance back in 2004. Very nice minifigure, though they did definitely update her when it came to the 2018 collectible minifigures. Moving on, we have Sirius Black, which is one of my favorite characters. I do hope to get this variant someday in the future. We do have another variant, that being the Grimm version of his character from the Night Bus that I do own within my collection, and then we have him represented as a sticker within 2010 and then 2007 right there, so that's pretty nice. Moving on, we have Buckbeak the Hippogriff, which we did get a new mold for him back in 2019, which is very nice. We did get a new Sirius Black in 2019 as well, but very cool to see him within this book. Very nice minifigure that I do hope to eventually get in a set somehow, some way. And then moving on, we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Very nice that we're moving right ahead, year 4 of Harry Potter. We have Professor Igor Karkaroff right here, which I do own his minifigure within my collection. I also own the other outfit, but I don't own the headpiece, which is really the only thing that I would really want when it comes to the older style Victor Crumb, since that headpiece is way, 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 way better than the 2019 ones that they used. But either way, there's just a quick look at their characters. Sort of similar styling, same torso, same hat piece right there, which came from the Adventurers theme, which is very interesting. But yeah, very nice minifigures. I do hope that we do get a new Professor Karkaroff sometime in the future. Maybe collectible minifigures will have that this year. I don't really know. Next, we have Harry Potter from the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, which we actually did get an updated version back in 2019. We also do get the custom molded piece right here for the Dragon's Egg. That also includes the magnet right there, so then Harry can use a special piece to get it with a magnet. We get the actual molded piece for the Hungarian Horntail, which was brick built back in 2019, so that's very nice to see this particular version within the book right there. I do hope to eventually get that for a comparison, but don't know if that will ever really happen. We have Professor Dumbledore right here. We have the 2010 variant, and we also have the 2007 variant right there, or at least 2005 variant that they reused in 2007. Very nice minifigure, does show beneath the beard, so that's very nice, just as another little sneak peek going on right there. We have Alistair Mad-Eye Moody right here. This is a very nice minifigure with a peg leg for some reason, which he actually does have a removable leg when it actually comes to him within the movies and all that, but they didn't actually make that in regular leg, and they just printed on it when it came to the 2018 collectible minifigures. Moving on, we have the second task of the Triwizard Tournament. We have Harry Potter right there using Gillyweed. You can see that his feet have turned into flippers, and he also has that stuff going on from the front of his face. Very nice minifigure. Hopefully they will be giving us a second task like set sometime in the future. It is probably expected, to be honest. We have Victor Crumb right here with the shark head, and also we do get the Durmstrang logo on his swimsuit, which is very nice. You can also see that they did give him the human head. I don't know if that also comes within the set. Maybe the shark head covers that. I don't really know what that looks like exactly, since I haven't actually watched any reviews when it comes to the set, and I do expect to eventually just get it and do it myself. So yeah, moving on from there, we have Ron and Hermione from this particular scene as well, which they also even used this particular headpiece when it came to the 2007 sets, which I think is very interesting, how they have like these closed eyes facial expression. This Ron facial expression, I just don't like it. It's not something I'm too much of a fan of, seeing that facial expression right there, or that facial expression for Hermione. Not really something that I'm a fan of right there. And then we also do have like another variant from 2004 of these particular minifigures, and also showing the 2010 version of Hermione right there, so I guess we won't be seeing that bigger within a future page. I don't really know though, but Moving on, that's pretty much all for those characters. We have Harry Potter in his Yule Ball attire right here, which if you haven't seen my review of my previous Harry Potter book, that being the Harry Potter Building the Magical World, that is the book that this minifigure comes in. Very nice minifigure. First time that we saw anything related to the Yule Ball, though we did get a lot of variants come the 2019 Hogwarts Clock Tower set, though we will be getting some other Yule Ball variants when it comes to this year's 2020 Advent Calendar. Next, we have a mer person, so that's very nice to see, using that older style mermaid sort of tail piece going on right there. I know that there is a newer version of that. I don't really remember when that came out, though. Probably within a collectible minifigures. I don't really remember. Moving on, we have skeletons Walking Dead. So obviously they do have to show us some skeletons right here, which we have one that comes within the 2011 Diagon Alley. We have most of these pretty much come within the Graveyard Duel set from 2005, which I think is very interesting. We have Harry Potter from the third task of the Tri-Wizard Tournament right there within the Graveyard Duel. We did get an updated version of this minifigure within the 2019 sets. We have our Death Eater Malfoy right here, Lucius Malfoy as a Death Eater, and then we do get the change for the facial expression right there. The facial expression is, I believe, double-sided, where you get a Death Eater face on the other side, I think, and then you do get this one, which this is the one that they used previously back in 2002, just recolored for the light flesh right there. And then we also do get that hairpiece, which was new for Lucius Malfoy for the time period, I believe, or at least this was Dumbledore's hairpiece that they started using for the character. And then we also do get the Death Eater sort of robes going on right there, and then underneath should be just the regular outfit that they used back in the day for Lucius Malfoy, so that's also very interesting. Moving on, we have Peter Pettigrew right here, which they didn't show back with the Prisoner of Azkaban stuff, but we do see his Prisoner of Azkaban variant, which isn't really at all accurate. Hopefully we will be seeing a better version of Wormtail sometime in the future. And then we also have the 2005 version right here from the Graveyard Duel, which I think is a better version, especially with that facial expression right there. And then you do get like the hand that he cut off to save Voldemort, and then you also do get the standing rat piece from the Shrieking Shack right there, just to represent Scabbers. Then we have Lord Voldemort himself from that particular set, using the same robes as Malfoy from the previous page. And then he also does have a glow-in-the-dark head, which is very nice that they decided to do that. Order of the Phoenix, I don't really expect to see too much minifigures when it comes to this, since we only got one set. But, oh well, it looks like we got Luna Lovegood right here, which is very nice to see. This is a actual year 6 version of Luna Lovegood. I don't know why they put it within year 5 for some reason. I guess it's because they did introduce her character in year 5, though this is a year 6 variant of Luna Lovegood. So that's just one thing that I did want to note. Very nice minifigure though. Love the double-sided facial expression with the Spectre specs on the other side, and also just the overall look at the character. We did get an updated version of her within the 2018 collectible minifigures. We have the Thestral, which was shown. I guess this is pretty much like a main mold piece that was used back in Castle back in the day, but it's very nice to see them try with the Thestrals right here. We did get an exclusive mold for this within a Fantastic Beasts set back in 2018, but it's pretty cool just to see the beginnings of this particular character. We have Draco Malfoy right here. This is the 2010 variant compared to the one that came within the 2007 wave. Then we have Professor Snape right there. We have the 2010 version compared to the 2007 version, which was also the first one to use the light flesh for the flesh tone compared to the glow-in-the-dark head, which is pretty nice, which it makes it more accurate. I don't know why they gave him a glow-in-the-dark head back in the day. It's just so weird and awkward, but either way, moving on, we have Professor McGonagall. We have the 2010 variant compared to the 2002 variant right there, which is the one from the Dumbledore's office that I own everything but the head for. We have Professor Umbridge, who only ever appeared within that one Hogwarts Castle set from 2007 until we did get her within the 2018 Bricktober pack, and then we did get her within the Forbidden Forest Umbridge's Encounter set, which is another set from 2020 that I've reviewed. Check that out in the description below, card above. Moving on from there, we have some other creatures right here, which I don't know why they put these in here, so it's just a lot of bats right here. We have some dark gray and black bats. We have some fish, some cats. We get a white cat right there. I think that's very interesting. They don't show Mrs. Norris, probably because we'll see Filch later on. We just have an octopus. I believe that's from the second task right there. Jellyfish, probably same thing goes for that. All these sea creatures should be within that one set. We have the Weasley's pig, which comes within the Burrow set. We have a bunch of variants of spiders right there that came within various sets, and then we also have the various colors for the rat right there. So that's all for these animals over here. Oh, there we go. We have Filch over here. We have Professor Flitwick, which is very nice to see back in 2010 as well. His very first appearance. We did see later versions in 2018 and 2019. We have Argus Filch right there, which also shows Mrs. Norris, which this was his first appearance as well back in 2010, and then we did see him later on in 2018. We have Harry Potter from 2007 showing Dumbledore's army and all that kind of stuff, spell targets and all that from year 5. And then we have a random Death Eater right here using primarily black other than the dark gray hands, and then also the print for the face of the Death Eater. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for that. Moving on to Ron Weasley, we get the 2010 variant, which only came within the Hagrid's Hut set within his Hogwarts uniform. Only way to get Ron within his Hogwarts uniform. And then we have Harry Potter within his invisibility cloak right there, which that was a new piece that they introduced back in 2010 through 2011. Very nice to see that back in the day, though we did actually get a Harry within his invisibility cloak for year 1 when it came to the 2018 collectible minifigures. I have no idea how they're going to do it for the next wave when it comes to the stuff that they're doing for the Deathly Hallows. They definitely will have to make all 3 of the Deathly Hallows if they're going to do it right. Same thing goes to the Horcruxes when it comes to the Deathly Hallows when they eventually move on to that. Next, we have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince showing a scene that never happened within the books but happened in the movies for some reason. We can move forward. We have Harry Potter right there. This is the variant from the Burrow the Night Bus and Diagon Alley from 2011-2010. Very nice to see that variant of the character has some plain black legs compared to the dark gray legs that you see on other variants of Harry right there. I don't know why I've been holding the book this whole time. Probably was better to show the whole book like that, don't know. But moving on, we have Ginny Weasley. Comes within the same set, the Burrow from 2010 right there. We have Molly and Arthur Weasley right there. First appearance back in 2010 within the Burrow set. We are getting updates of their minifigures. Same thing goes for Ginny within the 2020 Burrow. Look forward to my comparison. And then we have double-sided facial expressions. I'm happy that they do that. They show off some double-sided facial expressions. We have Bellatrix Lestrange with a very nice facial expression. A lot better than the one that they gave her in 2020, since that version is a reused facial expression. Draco Malfoy with a very nice exclusive facial expression from back in the day. Fenrir Greyback with a very nice facial expression, though the tone of his torso piece doesn't match the tone of his flesh tone, which is annoying. We have Ginny Weasley right there with a very nice double-sided facial expression, a lot better than the one that they give her in 2020. We have Harry Potter's double-sided facial expression. Same thing goes for Hermione. We get Ollivander's double-sided facial expression, and then we have Ron, big front and center right there. Very nice to see that. So moving on from there, it looks like we have Bellatrix Lestrange and Fenrir Greyback. Like I said, came within the Burrow. Very nice version of the character, just the color tone when it's printing a lighter color on a darker surface. Not really something that LEGO is very strong with back in the day, and I didn't really notice it when it came to these particular minifigures when I did my review initially. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but either way, moving on, we get Hermione and Ron right here, which these are the variants from the Diagon Alley set right there, just some different styling to their characters right there using the different legs right there. Same torso as Ginny Weasley within the Burrow set, which I think is very interesting. We have Ron right there, the variants using the brown legs and then the black legs for his character, just like Harry. Just different colored pants. Don't know why they did that. Don't really know why they do that, but moving on, we have Fred or George Weasley right here, so that's very nice to see that they do show that. You just switch around the facial expression to make it either George or Fred Weasley. You can make it whichever one you want since they do look identical, so that's pretty nice. Hopefully we will be seeing newer versions of them when it comes to the 2020 Diagon Alley. And then finally, that does bring us to our exclusive Harry Potter minifigure that comes within this set, that being the Harry Potter from the Slug-Club Christmas Party, so that's pretty nice to see. And then finally, that does bring us to Deathly Hallows, so that will be the end of this. I don't really expect to see too much back here, since LEGO didn't really make too much stuff for years 5 through 7, but it looks like we've been seeing a lot of the 2010-2011 variants back here, so that's pretty nice. We have Lucius Malfoy. This is the 2010 through 2011 variant right there with the double-sided facial expression to make him into a Death Eater, or you can just have him as his regular self. We have Mr. Ollivander right there, which is pretty nice to get double-sided facial expression for his minifigure. We saw an updated version in 2018, and hopefully we'll see another version this year in 2020, or maybe the same exact version, who knows. We see Professor Sprout right here, who will be getting an update come this year 2020 within the collectible minifigure line, so that'll be very nice to update her minifigure right there. We have Neville Longbottom from the 2011 Hogwarts expansion right here. Probably one of the better versions of Neville that we've ever gotten. Really love the double-sided facial expression. Really love the torso print right there for this particular minifigure. Very nicely done by LEGO. Hopefully we'll be seeing some more Nevilles in the future. Moving forward, we have some accessories, lots of printed and stickered and all types of interesting pieces going on right here. We have the Marauders map right there that appeared back in 2004 and also in 2010-2011. We have Dobby's sock from 2002, which got a new print in 2010, and then another new print come 2018. We have the lantern, which has since been replaced by an actual lantern piece, which is pretty nice. We have Chocolate Frogs, which is a sticker right there using the Dumbledore right there for the Chocolate Frog. We have the brooms, which have been the same since forever. We have the Monsters Book of Monsters down here, which will be getting a new mold and even some new prints when it comes to the 2020 collectible minifigures. We have Goblet, we have the wands, which have since been replaced with a new piece. We have the Seeker trophy right there for James Potter that comes within the 2010 Hogwarts Castle. We have some gold coins right there, which I don't really know if they really even use those anymore. We have the Hand of Glory right there from Nocturne Alley, which is very nice within Borgin & Burke's. That's a printed 1x2 tile. We have a trunk with some treasure in it. We have Daily Prophet, which has since been replaced with other prints. Hopefully we'll be seeing the same thing when it comes to the Quibbler sometime in the future. That would be pretty nice. We have Wormtail's dagger that they like to point out, the one thing that helped Voldemort come back to life. We have a spooky book all the way up here, Owl Post. We have the flute that comes within the Forbidden Corridor set. We have the Beater's Bat using the carrot piece. We have Hagrid's axe right there, which was previously used in Fabuland. And then we have the Winged Key. And then finally the Remember All printed on that head piece right there inside that translucent clear color. It only came within the 2002 set right there, so that's also very nice to note. Moving on, we have Gregory Goyle right there, which they decided to remake within the 2011 set. Very nice variant of his character right there. You can take a look at that. We have Professor Lupin, who got a remake within 2011, which we saw previously back in 2004, and then again in 2018. Moving on, we have Narcissa Malfoy, who came within the Forbidden Forest set from 2011. One of the very nice variant to get her particular minifigure right there. Very nice hairpiece, very nice torso, and also the skirt piece is pretty nice just to add that extra little bit of detail. And also hopefully just like Lucius Malfoy, we will be seeing an update of her sometime in the future. And then finally we have Lord Voldemort. I know I keep saying finally, but this will hopefully be our last minifigure right here of Lord Voldemort, which this is the 2010 through 2011 variant of the character right there, using the black robes instead of the dark green that was previously rumored for his character back in the day. So it's pretty nice to see that, and then he does have a cape for his character. And then we do get the index for this particular book, just showing off our Goblin and Sirius Black right there. Last page just with the DK information, plain white page, leading back to our monochrome right here, but with a different scene right here from year one with the troll on the loose right there with Harry, Ron, and Hermione stuck in the toilet. And then that does bring us to the very back of the book. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this particular book. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to check out my other reviews for the last two books that I did for the LEGO Harry Potter theme. I'm very happy that I was able to get these out so quickly. Hopefully I will be bringing some more 2020 LEGO Harry Potter reviews sometime in the future. I'm working really hard on getting some of those and maybe even some of the new Star Wars sets. I've been keeping my eye out on a bunch of different things on seeing how I will be able to get some certain things early so then I can get some content out to you guys real quickly. Though in the meantime, I do have a lot of older set reviews that I do plan to put out. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this particular video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this book. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to know every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!